It's race day at the Malaysian Grand Prix. We're here in Sepang for round 20 of the MotoGP World Championships. We had a sprint that baffled us with another victory for Peco Bagnaia. Can he back it up in the race today? It's sweltering conditions here in Malaysia, and we're ready to go. First of all, with the warm-up. These are the views looking across the racetrack. In the background there, the international airport where dignitaries from around the world are landing. In fact, Donald Trump should have landed at that airport about 20 minutes ago. He's coming in for a huge summit here, and so there have been a few road closures around this place, but everyone's been in nice and early, ready for race day at the Malaysian Grand Prix. And already, as I say, it's just coming up to 20 to 11 local time. Look at the temperatures. Already 43 degrees track temperature and climbing. It's steamy. It's the hottest it's been in the whole week that we have been here. Let's hope the action on track matches it today. Of course, we've got our 3 classes coming up. The gap back to the UK now that the clocks have gone back over there is 8 hours, just in case you're not sure if your clock's gone back or not automatically. It's 10:36, it should be 2:36 back in the UK. We appreciate your company for our morning warm-up. Michael Laverty's alongside me at the start of what's going to be a steamy day out there, Michael. I hope you have got your sun cream on, is all I can say.
I did forget it yesterday, Gav, but
of course
there's lots of shade out there, and I'm definitely going to have it on today because it's certainly hotter than it's been at any point this weekend. It's steamy at this point in the day already. We're definitely getting up to 50-odd degrees of track temperature without a doubt for this feature race this afternoon. Who is the person in the driving seat for those conditions? Is it Peco Bagnaia?
Well, after yesterday, Michael, he won the race at a canter without a ride height device, is what he said. What on earth? Explain it all. I am so baffled. Doesn't take much to confuse me, but I'm completely baffled. Come on, you're the tech expert in the team. What on earth is going on?
Yeah, this is the most baffling scenario we've had at any point, I think, over the last 10 years of MotoGP. The double world champion Peco Bagnaia in his current team on a bike that he's been exceptional, untouchable up until this season, and he's had moments. He could win yesterday in the sprint, he could double win and dominate in Motegi, but then disappeared for 2 races, and now he's talking about not using the ride height device. Didn't work yesterday, give him good traction, felt good with the bike, and he was so strong. It actually doesn't stack up. It really doesn't.
No.
You know,
it's hard to know what to think or even what to believe anymore.
Obviously there's confusion at Ducati. They can't really put their finger on it. We know they've got some of the best engineers in the world. They are driven to give Peco the package that he needs, and when he arrived at Motegi, we thought, okay, he's tested the 24 bike, this all makes sense, he's got some parts back on, and that's why he is back. But then the confusion comes from 2 really difficult rounds with the unstable package, the bike that was wobbling all the way around Phillip Island. It was also wobbling in Indonesia. They put it down to the heat-treated tyre. We didn't have that in Australia, but it was a problem again. We don't have it here, and it looked a little twitchy on Friday, better on Saturday, dominant Saturday afternoon, and he's got a smile back on his face, but also still asking questions about the overall package heading into this weekend, saying it didn't feel like it did pre-season when he rode a GP25 here in February. But yeah, he's delivered. There is obviously some element of the psyche of the rider and the crisis of confidence that may come with having Marc Marquez as a teammate, and the questions that have been asked and the lack of feeling. There's so many different takes on this, but yeah, at the moment Peco is on form.
Just to clear up the other matters from yesterday's sprint race, there was a tyre pressure penalty for Aldeguer, a little bit of confusion at the end. That dropped him unfortunately off the podium in the sprint, down to 8th place, but still is crowned as Rookie of the Year, still has 100 points advantage over Ayogura, his nearest challenger in that. So for me and Aldeguer on 186, Ayogura 73, so that's done. So still is Rookie of the Year. Alex Marquez is still the runner-up. Pedro Acosta promoted onto the podium. He got his medal delivered yesterday evening, so that's another sprint podium for Pedro Acosta. And you feel like he is up against it on the KTM, don't you? So you have to give full credit to where it's due to Pedro Acosta. Other matters to deal with. Joan Mir, of course, crashed out, said he did nothing wrong. Luca Marini, and his mistake, first crash of the year. Paul Espargaro was quite funny. You hear him, he said, he used an expletive. Luca Marini, it was disgusting. And he did it with all the smile in his face. He said, do you know what the problem was? Luca tried to pass me too cleanly.
That's good.
He said it too clean. He turned it much tighter than he needed to. Other people basically would have rammed it up the inside of me. And in doing so, lost it on the inside. So no hard feelings. It was one of those racing incidents.
Do you think it's Paul just keeping his relationship good with Lucas so we can stick a microphone back under his
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. We know what it's like. You've got to play the game when you've got a microphone in your hand sometimes.
But yeah, that is so interesting. That is the Luca we know. Obviously, hanging a rider out opens the corner up to the rider making the overtake, whereas Lucas gave him too much space, pulled at the front by trying to turn too tight, and had his first crash of the year in a race. And yeah, what a record that is to make it to round 20 and have your first tip off on a MotoGP machine and riding as fast whilst developing a package like Luca Marini has done this year.
There he is, behind Peco Bagnaia. I'm intrigued here now to see if we get some ride height device action. I'm watching closely on Peco Bagnaia's bike, because he was even suggesting there might be a chance that he wouldn't use it today. I wish we'd have got a better shot of that, but it looks...
Yeah, it's difficult to tell head on and the overhead shot as well. Let's see off this turn. You'll see if the rear seat unit does drop onto the tyre.
But it makes such a difference. It makes the aero work. It makes everything work. We're not going to see from this angle either. You don't get to see the travel of the bike up. It helps braking, doesn't it? You can brake later with the ride height device engaged. Yeah,
one of the biggest differences and part and parcel of the front tyre issues were the introduction of the ride height devices. Coming from a lower point, you could add a lot more initial transfer of weight and load into the front tyre, which increases the tyre temperature and pressure thanks to the lowering device, which, as you mentioned, has the aero effect. Down what is a drag strip from turn 14 to 15 and 15 towards turn 1. So for Peco to be fastest in that sector, dominant there, it doesn't really stack up that he wasn't using the aid that has been one of Ducati's strong points over the last 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, we're going to be keeping a close eye on it. Would he use it? Would he get to use it from 8 to 9?
Yeah.
So round
for sure at this point.
7 and 8 here now. Are we going to have a shot from outside the motorcycle?
Yeah, that stayed up.
I don't know if we saw long enough.
Yeah, true.
It looked like we were starting to travel, but
some of the bikes are beginning to drop a little earlier in the corner. We've seen it a little this weekend from Yamaha. It creates a bit of pumping if it drops too soon and too fast, but this is working for Peco as he slides underneath Fabio Di Gianantonio up into turn 11.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher, isn't it, across the board, what we're seeing from Bagnaia. There's Aldeguer, new livery. That's the Indonesian sponsor on the side of the motorcycle. They were supposed to do an event actually in Vietnam for them this week, and it hasn't happened.
I quite like it. I like I know obviously it takes away the San Marinese flag that originates the whole Gresini livery, but I like the full solid blue. Did you see their announcement of it last night with the Ron Burgundy?
Yeah,
on socials?
Very classy.
That was brilliant.
They do some fun things, I have to say. Champions of social media. Again, we haven't been able to see out the final corner for the factory bike. I was trying to look in the background, but definitely they were both employing it. Just wish someone could get that shot for us.
So we've got a few medium rear tyres on show here this morning. It has been speculated throughout the weekend that a lot of the riders looking at the soft to go race distance over 20 laps here today, but in this morning session, we've only really got Zarco Bastianini, Raul Fernandez, Binder Chantra, Acosta, and Paul Espargaro on the soft rear. Actually, Aldeguer, sorry, and Bagnaia both in the soft rear.
Yeah, again, it'll be... You're going to have to nurse the soft through, but the feeling is it can get through. The medium was not working. No one could get under the 2-minute barrier, and actually, no one is, really. Bezzecchi at 159.7. with that medium this morning. I just wonder with more grip though, more rubber down,
more rubber, yeah,
whether it might be able to be employed a bit more.
I don't think there was any rainfall here last night.
No.
There had been obviously on Friday afternoon, washed away the rubber, and Saturday morning, we seen Aldeguer lap in the 59-second range with the medium rear. He was able to make it happen.
And he said he could use the medium front as well. So that was something he was talking about in the car when we heard Peco. That was in the car from the podium. This is where Quartararo yesterday had a few problems. Watch his ride height device, watch it come down. You see how it's gradual. So it's hard to tell until you see him properly get the bike sat up out the corner. And Dobby's been here all weekend watching closely on Augusto Fernandez and the progress of the V4 project.
I wonder, will he join Aleix Espargaro on track this week? There's a Honda test for sure following the conclusion of the race event here.
Quite often they will, won't they, if he's here. It makes sense. They often have, however much they are the biggest rivals in motorcycle racing, they often have collaborated, haven't they, for cost reasons.
Exactly, reduces the cost of the track rental. Ducati and Aprilia have done it a lot in Europe over the years, and Yamaha and Honda likewise here in Malaysia, back in Japan as well. Bit of crossover.
In terms of the story though, today Bagnaia is on a good lap here. This is with the soft tyre. Alex Marquez has got the soft tyre in. How do you see the race panning out? To use soft tyre, one that's obviously had some work earlier on in the weekend.
It's difficult to predict. I think Alex Marquez will be a threat. I think the Peco on current form, they will try and beat him into turn one because he was so strong in those early laps. Oh, this is all wrong.
You saw the little jolt, didn't you?
Yeah. But yeah, there's going to be a few outside threats. The likes of Frankie Morbidelli was thereabouts. Pedro Acosta, if it is a medium tyre race, that might play into his hands a little bit. He had a big drop off of the soft tyre yesterday, trying to throw everything he had in his toolbox at it, but not enough to stay with these Ducatis around this racetrack.
On board with Bagnaia through 12 and into 13. Yeah, they were toying with the idea of the right eye device. They were toying with the idea of the medium tyre. It's going to be interesting to see who does what today. Where Alex Rins will no doubt be a sitting duck. Pedro Acosta got €2,000 fine yesterday for picking his bike up within 3 minutes. We still haven't had the shot, have we, that we need?
That looked down to me, but it was difficult to tell from that camera angle. So Peco Bagnaia, will he use the red head device? Has he been using it this morning?
I haven't seen a shot of it yet from yesterday. We've been trying to look through the race footage to try and get a shot of it down. Or not. Well, Fernandez back down to earth with a bump this weekend. To be expected though. Team manager Davide Brivio saying this will be a real test of his character. You know, you now come to racetracks knowing that you can win. How do you deal with a 15th place?
Off the back of two really strong weekends for the Aprilia package, he and Bezzecchi struggling a little here this weekend. Ayagura looking arguably stronger than Fernandez inside the Trackhouse garage, but the Aprilias took some work around this Sepang circuit, and it has always been a good circuit for the old generation Aprilia, but this new bike is a different prospect for them, and seems like there's work to do here to just get the base package all dialed into this circuit.
Just having a look, Marquez top, soft tyre. Bagnaia second, soft tyre. Aldeguer, soft tyre. Morbidelli, medium tyre. So he's the fastest on the medium. Bastianini in fifth on the soft. Pol Espargaro on the soft. Raul Fernandez on the soft tyre as well. I'm just trying to look down. Marini's, apart from Morbidelli, Marini on the medium tyre. Doing okay. There is a conundrum, isn't there? There is, you know, you're going to get longevity and life out of that medium tyre, but the talk earlier this weekend was you couldn't risk it because you lost so much.
Yeah, it is a compound harder than what they typically have brought here over the years, so you've got a stiffer compound which won't activate as quickly and perform as good, but a lot of that analysis was based on Friday on a green track. I do think it has evolved, and the lap times are certainly better with the medium now, but where is the crossover point? The engineers will know it better than us, but there will be a tipping point when the soft becomes the tyre not to be on and the medium comes into its window. It's quite good for Fabio in the medium rear.
You just feel like with a long straight like this from a slow corner, you are not going to compete. That's my feeling.
Yeah, unfortunately for Fabio, we saw yesterday, exit turn 14, he can match them on this first touch. It's once you click third, fourth, and about this point here, fifth gear, that's you're getting swallowed up. The Aprilias are passing you, Ducatis are passing you, KTMs are passing you. It doesn't matter who he's trying to fight with. As late as he breaks in here to the final turn, he's going to get swallowed up again on the way to turn one. It's such a difficult fight for a race scenario here on Yamaha machinery.
You feel like he's racing with one arm tied behind his back, don't you? And it means then he's having to push even further, even deeper onto the brakes. Checker flag has gone out. It was Alex Marquez quickest at 1:58.9. I'm comparing it to Bezzecchi, 3/4 of a second quicker than the Aprilia man. If you can build up that lead, then you can manage your tyre.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking that maybe the soft has to be the option. The question mark might be about the front tyres, Michael.
Yeah, both soft and medium an option here today. Everyone pretty much raced the soft front yesterday in the sprint. Whether we see a few going, I think we will see quite a lot of medium front tyres on offer here this afternoon. Quite a few on track as well this morning. It's a proper mixed bag across the board.
You see Bagnaia in the first and the last sectors. Red light device going down. He definitely used it at the start yesterday. He'd have been a sitting duck if he didn't. All these other bikes are like dragsters. He'll use it.
Yeah.
But it does raise questions, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly it raises more questions than answers at the moment. But yeah, they need to lower the bike on the run to turn one here because you get swallowed up otherwise. So for sure, he'll activate it off the start. Whether he uses it in the race remains to be seen. But we'll try and prod Davide Tardozzi at some point today and find out anything he can give us on the Peco Bagnaia scenario.
Yeah, Michelin said yesterday evening, we expect more riders to choose the medium front tyre. Only a couple did yesterday, Michele Pirro one of them. The soft remains an option. Simulations confirm soft rear is capable of completing the 20-lap race, provided there's good management and proper electronic settings. So, having just seen Aprilia, for example, run the medium with Bezzecchi, and it be 3/4 of a second off, I think we're probably going to see, what do you reckon, softs across the board?
No, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few mediums start the race today as well. I think Marini will go medium. I think Aldeguer will go medium.
You think Aldeguer will? Right?
Yeah, just get that feeling that the pace he had on Saturday morning with it, he might roll the dice, although he's probably safer with the soft to go with Peco Bagnaia. He's got the ability to conserve his soft tyre.
That's what I was thinking, that while he was able to run quickly with it yesterday, I don't know, will you lose too much?
Possibly, but Frankie does like a little gamble.
What have you got to lose? This was Bagnaia, his practice start.
Good warm-up really for Peco. Fairly happy with that, I would say, 59.0.
The others need to get ahead of him early, don't they?
He was able to lap 58.0 consistently for the first few laps yesterday, and it just stretched out a comfortable margin for him, controlled it from there.
Some lovely messages exchanged between Alex and his brother Mark back home. First brothers to 1 and 2 in the World Championship.
Proud family. Julia right here in the mix and witnessing a 1-2 for the brothers this season. What a year it has been. The 2025 MotoGP campaign. We just wish Mark a speedy recovery over the winter.
So Luca Marini in the end coming home in 8th. We've seen good pace from him. over the racing weekend. Is there a chance for a Honda long race? Ane Bastianini's won, he's 5th. The problem he's got is his start. He made it all the way through, Bastianini, from 19th to 9th yesterday.
He races so well here.
Yeah, and so good on tyres.
Yeah, good on the front tyre as well. When that becomes a hindrance to somehow Ane manages to keep the rubber under him better than most.
So Mir and Santi Hernandez just having a little discussion about how their warm-up went. We are getting closer to our races beginning here. Reminder, we've got Moto3 coming up first of all. Susie, of course, in the paddock before that. Moto3 will be at 4 AM UK time for 15 laps. Moto2 at 5:15, and the build-up to MotoGP from 6:30 with the race at 7 AM. It's a 20-lap race. And, of course, we've got all the action post-race in checkered flag at the end of our Sunday race day here in Sepang. Our winner last week, Ralph Fernandez, has work to do. Let's have a break from the live action. When we come back, Susie will be in the paddock with both Neil and Emma. How close do you like it? That's impressive. We've got the Grand Prix we wanted.
Carroll Nash Insurance sponsors MotoGP on TNT Sports.
So, after 4 years in the classic car restoration business, I've finally cracked it. Every cog is running perfectly.
And when are you going to pay these?
You've lost money.
It's not looking good.
Yep, thanks, Mum. I'll get on to those.
Good.
Right, here we go. Same high revs. New smooth gear. Brand new Richard Hammond's Workshop. Stream now, only on Discovery Plus.
What creates an intense connection? Feeling the warmth of your partner. With Durex Intensity, feel every degree of pleasure. The bonds deepen and senses awaken. New Durex Intensity's body feel material lets you share body heat. Feel every degree of pleasure.
He's running late again.
Imagine if some of them just carpooled together. Every person sharing could mean one less car on the road.
And we'd be bobbing along nicely.
Could help save on fuel as well, if they split it. Like Alia over there, from Legal.
Oh, yeah, and there's Luke.
Hey, Luke! And hey, guys, how rubbish is this? We could have made it to Mars by now.
Don't forget, Bruno, those shipments need to be in Toronto tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? No problem.
I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Leroy, hit them.
Dominate your finances.
This is the moment Isaac chose to find a better source of advice than the FinTalk bros. He didn't want to dominate anything. He just wanted to save for a new skateboard. So he made a choice. He'd use Barclays life skills to help him get better with money. Sayonara, FinTalk bros. We're helping young people become money confident. Barclays, make money work for you.
Lindor, irresistibly smooth, melting chocolate from the Lindt Master Chocolatier. You choose the moment, we'll provide the bliss. And now, unwrap Lindor Pistachio from Lindt.
MotoGP takes centre stage. Drama is happening before our eyes.
We have got a championship on our hands. Carroll Nash Insurance sponsors MotoGP on TNT Sports.
This programme contains flashing images.
This is the Sepang International Circuit, a track used for testing because it displays a little bit of everything. Welcome to the Malaysian Grand Prix. It's a sweltering affair, high humidity, blistering track temperatures, a real test for the riders, but a spectacular show for the fans. The fan favourite Marc Marquez at home recovering from shoulder surgery, but Peco Bagnaia being lifted by the warm support every time he is shown here on screen. And he powered his bike into pole position yesterday, which surprised even his own team. Well, this yo-yo season that he continues to have is still confusing everybody, but yesterday he looked a lot happier on his Ducati and the bike looked a lot more amenable. This is what happened in the Saturday sprint. Your commentators, Neil Hodgson and Gavin Emmett.
Welcome to Sepang for the sprint at the Malaysian Grand Prix. The steamy air here hangs thick. The tarmac is boiling hot, and after back-to-back disappointments, Peco Bagnaia hit back in style to take pole position. 10 laps of sprint action in Sepang. Lights go out, we're on the way. Not the greatest of offs from Bagnaia, but it gets going, that Ducati, doesn't it? Acosta already in front of Morbidelli. Morbidelli dropping back, and he's back into the middle of the pack there.
There we go. Mir again. Mir's looked fantastic on the brakes all weekend.
Yeah, that bike starting to hook up, isn't it? That's brave from Mir. As is Quartararo and Morbidelli. They're going at it here in the battle for fourth place.
Meanwhile, at the front,
yeah, Pedro Acosta has got through on Alex Marquez for second place. The KTM just doesn't hook up in the same way as the Ducati does, however, and this could be handing victory to Peco Bagnaia.
Here we go. Lunge.
Goodness me. Oh, and down goes Mir, pushing too hard. You can see it coming. Kazeki attacks Zarco now. Polisbar goes up to 7th. Up into turn 11. Training partners.
Yeah. Marini should have the inside line. He was kind to him there. He could have been super aggressive. Is he going to be creative down to turn? I think he is. Actually, he doesn't even need to be creative. Job done on acceleration.
Pedro, I'm here. Just letting you know that. Luca Marini's crashed out of 9. First crash. Oh, it's a collision.
The first crash. Oh, he's human.
Peco Bagnaia back in business here at Sepang. Rookie of the yay for Torino again. Alex Marquez clinches second, and in doing so now,
yeah, he's runner-up.
For just the second time this year, from pole position, Peco has won in Sepang.
Well, it was a fascinating day. We're going to pick through the puzzle of Peco in a little while, but we're standing in the Gresini garage, and what a season they have had. I mean, this team and what they've managed to put together, spectacular. To get second in the championship as a satellite team and to get the Rookie of the Year, it's superb, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you say it just like as a satellite team. Think about who they've beaten. They've beaten the might of Honda, factory team, the might of Yamaha, the might of Aprilia, factory team. All that budget, all that effort, all that experience, more manpower.
Yeah.
And they've done it. And I'm not saying it's the little Gresini team. Don't get me wrong, this is a very professional setup, as we know, but it's still an outstanding achievement.
Yeah, they've got the best social media as well, the best sense of humour, I think, in this paddock. But Alex Marquez yesterday, there were some beautiful exchanges between him and Marc. Obviously, it was on the phone over FaceTime, and Marc was congratulating him. But to have a 1-2 of brothers in the championship, making history like that, incredible story, isn't it?
It's hard to even get your head around, isn't it? If you think about it, they came from humble beginnings, weren't this super wealthy family who got all these opportunities. It was just a young family who like almost like every racing career starts riding round fields, riding motocross, then getting onto tarmac, and then just working their way, working hard. I mean, it's hard to believe this is the pinnacle of two-wheeled motorsport. And to have brothers
bossing it.
Yeah, 1 and 2 in the world, obviously 1 in the factory team, 1 in the satellite team. Yeah. What's interesting is what Alex is saying is like you can almost not enjoy the moment now this is something he will reflect on. Maybe even in 10 years' time, they'll sit in a bar,
having a beer, laughing,
having a beer, going, "Wow, we did it," and they have.
We ruled the world, and they absolutely did. Fermin Aldeguer is ruling his own world at the moment, getting the Rookie of the Year yesterday. Because he's already won a race. He was so aggressive on track yesterday.
Oh, do you know what I love about him is the way that there's no hesitation. If he closes in on a rider, he'll have a go at passing them in the next corner. I mean, he's so aggressive, so decisive, so precise as well. I mean, he's a pleasure to watch. I mean, it's hard to believe he's just 20 years old, a rookie, and riding like an absolute veteran, not making mistakes. I mean, there were a couple of mistakes early on in the season, but since then, it's just been all precise. And you know what? He starts this race, for me, as favourite. I genuinely believe it. On the medium rear tyre this weekend, in some of the practice sessions, he got the best pace. So it's a toss-up between who's going to run a soft or a medium. But if a lot of riders go for the medium, yeah, he's the rider that I'm putting my money on.
Oh, wow, OK. He did get a penalty yesterday for tyre pressures. Obviously, that's nothing to do with him. So he was relegated back 8 seconds, a penalty for him. But he won't be thinking about that today. And he's going from a decent spot on the second row.
Yeah, well, he said afterwards in the interview, he said something along that, I can't say what it is, as in it's a Spanish saying, but he basically said, hey, I got to experience the dance. It's a Spanish saying. It's like, well, you know, I finished third in the race. Yeah. 0.1 of a bar or whatever it was on the front, it makes no difference. So the experience that I gained from here he is. Yeah. The experience I gained from achieving that podium, that's the value, not the end result. Of course, he'd like to keep those points, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Obviously fueled by bananas this morning, so that's what's going to be making the difference. It is so hot here. They've got to get their nutrition and obviously their levels of liquid absolutely correct on the bike. It was Pedro Acosta that got elevated to third, but he didn't get the dance. He didn't experience the podium, but he'll have that one in his pocket. Exactly that. Let's hear from Fermin then and Alex Marquez from yesterday.
We can't ask for any more. I mean, this is the top of the tops. So, I mean, if you try to think about something or say, okay, what we can do different, I don't know what we can do different. You know, it's the perfect year. So I think it's the reward of working, of the work. You know, never give up. We can't ask for any more. This is the top of the world. Now I think we are not giving me and Mark the credit that this achievement have. But I hope in 10 years to sit on the sofa with him, retire at home with a nice beer and say, yeah, we were there on the top. So, yeah, it will be nice. But at the moment, you know, now we have 3 races in front of us and I'm just thinking on the race of tomorrow.
Fermin, congratulations, the Rookie of the Year, which I know was one of the targets this season, but what a great way to mark it with a podium in the sprint.
Yeah, at the end was one of our goals for the start of the season. To be honest, I lost a little bit the name of the rookie during the season because we fight for more than this little championship, but it's a present for our work. But I put in my 100% to arrive in my best and super happy. I was super convinced that the potential was there to fight for this 2 first row. We complete one of our goals, that is start in the first position, and another podium in the sprint race is incredible for me. 2 crash, one in the Q1 and one also in the Q1, but in the paddock, nothing. This is a good memory for all the team. With lucky that we are all okay. Maybe Michele Massini have one more life or 2 more legs. I don't know, but. Yes, also I have to say thank you to all Gresini team because they helped me a lot. Also to Ducati, and yeah, we are fighting for more.
Today was the perfect day for Gresini, you know, to secure that second place in championship and his rookie. So yeah, it's something special that on Gresini all the riders that pass are fast, are winners in MotoGP. So it's for something. I can't say to you why exactly, But that box has something special. We saw with Mark last year having so fun. So it's just that atmosphere, that family, feeling is something that gives to the riders a lot of confidence.
Well, what a team this is, the Gresini team. This was just a couple of moments ago. All the factory boys in here talking to Firmin and to Frankie Carcetti, as you can see there. And that happens after every session. I'm reliably informed. So it's a close-knit family across the garages. But what a team this is, Gresini. It's not the full factory team, it's the satellite team. And does it get any better? Michele Marini, the Rookie of the Year and second in the championship. Of course, first would be nice, but there's a certain Marc Marquez that's you have to get past first. Congratulations on yesterday.
Yeah, many thanks. Honestly, me and almost the whole team didn't realize yet what we achieved, because we dream all this year, at least the runner-up this season. We dream also the gold, because I have to be honest. But I think that now that we achieve this target, it's difficult to realize. I think that in the next few days we realize better the things. It's true also that we will try to make a proper party, but as you know, on Saturday we cannot. We have to be already focused for today. I think that today we can try again to put both riders on the podium, for sure. We are here for that. But as you say, amazing season, a season to remember is incredible, because every year we put some target, we expect something, and we arrive more, because I think that the effort we put, we know it's really, really a lot. But I have to say that we still put the effort in the proper way, in the best way, in the way that work it. So this is amazing. I'm really proud of all the guys, from Alex and Firmin and all the team.
See, this is why we love the Italians even more, because they think instantly about when they can make the party to celebrate. And you can get your voice back by then.
We like party, but we have to be professional, and so we are here.
Yeah, you kind of need to get the achievements first, don't you? We all feel, always with this team, that there's a spirit, there's an energy here. Well, we think we know where that comes from, probably. But it unites all of you. Firmin there in that interview, he's the Rookie of the Year, but he's already moved on from that. Presumably because he's a race winner and he wants to win today.
I have to say that at the end, in the sport, and in this sport, the people make the difference. So I have to say that here we have two big things. The passion for this job from everybody, and the technical side, the technical, knowledge of all the team, because with the best technical package we have, we need the best people around to support the guys, the rider, and to solve every time the problem in the shortest way possible. And I think that this is the two ingredients that never miss in one day in the season in this garage. And so sometimes we made a good result, sometimes we make, like we say with Frankie, sometimes shit, sometimes good, but it's okay, it's the game. And we like this approach to the work, and I think that it paid off. A special mention for our rider, because I think that achieved the runner-up against, I think, the best version of Marc Marquez this year with Alex is something unbelievable. Because I think that we definitely fly on track all the season. We have a bit lower in Hungary, but a mix of team, because we need to put all together always everything in the MotoGP. We had some penalties, something like that. But I think that we come back to make a great result, and also for Firmin, we know that a rookie of the year is all a step. We know that we would like more. We know the potential. You know the potential, but our target is to stay always feet on the ground, be focused on the process.
Apologies for a little stray language, but is there anything that Michele hasn't covered there, Michael, that you'd like to pick up on?
Well, actually, when we look back to last season, Pramac were essentially the junior team for Ducati. This season, you've got Firmin, Rookie of the Year. You've got Alex, who will get a GP26, and Firmin's got a factory Ducati contract. We just witnessed, you had Ricardo Savin, you have the technical director in there, Davide Barana, Gigi Dall'Igna. The full factory Ducati effort in your corner. Do you feel the might of them this season? Have you felt elevated as a team?
The one that you say before here is our way of working since 2022. So I like this cooperation with Ducati because every year started stronger and stronger, and I think that they know that we put all we have in our hands to level up the performance every session, and I have to say that they are proud of us. We are proud of the Ducati engineer because they help us in the best way they can, and I think that this relationship coming stronger and stronger, and also looking forward the next season because we have other target to achieve it.
Well, Michele, thank you so much for your time. Neil has tipped Firmin for today. I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing. You could take it either way you want.
Good thing.
And, sorry, we haven't got time for any more questions on this section, but thank you so much and good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's try to unravel the mystery then now of Peco Bagnaia. This is what he had to say yesterday after that incredible sprint victory.
Quite happy for the race because I was sure that the pace was quite good, but I wasn't expecting that good. Luckily, this morning we tried something that helped to let the bike turn more. We did another step for the quali, improve, another step for the race, and another improvement. So just better, happy for it. The only thing was that I did the race without the rear eye device because it wasn't working properly. So I decided to don't use it anymore. And a part of losing something on the braking, I was quite surprised about the performance because I was working quite well the same. So now we will check on the data to understand maybe if it's better to don't use it tomorrow, but happy overall.
It sounds like you're just building slowly something, because we knew there was going to be a change coming into this weekend. Did that feel on Friday something, a positive step forward, and do you feel that that can be transferred to other circuits, or is it still too early to say?
No, luckily the race in Phillip Island, it's true that I started behind and it was difficult to recover, but my pace was quite good. So this starting this weekend with the feeling of the race of Phillip Island, and not like the weekend before or the days before, was an help. This track is an help for me for the layout, so I was able to work on my feeling and not just fight against the bike. So this is something better for me, but I don't want to say that we understood because it's difficult to have a clear idea of what is happening. Because yesterday I was out of the Q2, then today I did the pole, I won. So everything can change in a second, and then we just need to stay calm, feet on the ground, see tomorrow.
How much of a threat do you think Alex and Firmin could be in that main race on Sunday?
Yes, I think that Alex is quite strong, but I think for tomorrow he will do something to improve. Firmin is very fast, so first of all, it's very important to understand the tires, because today already with 10 laps we were struggling a bit. I was struggling a bit with the front, so maybe tomorrow we will change the spec and see the race, because I think will be double of the distance and with more temperature, so could be very difficult.
Well, he mentioned phrases like getting a clear idea there could be very difficult. We could do with a clear idea of what's going on, so I don't know about you, but we are all very bemused by the situation, and then even more bemused by the fact that yesterday on social media we saw a video of him getting in the back of the car where he sat down and he said he hadn't used the ride height device. Now what on earth is going on?
Yeah, I mean, to put that into some sort of perspective, Ducati almost invented the rear ride height device and gained a lot of advantage from it. Every other manufacturer had to follow. You gain so much with the rear ride height device on corner exit. You use it on quite a few corners here, but mainly on the back straight and the front straight. Essentially, you press the ride height device, and on exit the rear of the bike comes down. That creates less wheelie, it creates more grip, makes the bike more aerodynamic down the straight. When you get to the braking zone, because the rear is so much lower, you can brake harder because there's less pitch, less transfer. It's a huge advantage. So to hear him say that basically his rear ride height device failed during the race, he didn't bother using it.
He was still able to easily win.
It's hard to believe is the answer. I don't really understand it, but we know there's been issues with the ride height device Peco doesn't like the 25 version. He's been experimenting with the 24 version. It's a big grey area. But just when we thought we were confused, we get an interview like that after a race that he's just dominated on.
So we were led to believe that the ride height device, 25 ride height device, was the thing that was causing the major technical problem for Peco, which is why in Misano they tried 24 ride height device. Then we know what happened the next race. He went out and just blitzed everybody and won everything. So how can you ride that bike without the device?
Well, it is old school, and in 2027 they will be gone, so we'll be back to not having these lowering devices. You can ride it, but you lose, as Neil explained.
So how can you ride it? Let me rephrase that, and win.
Yeah, exactly. How can you be lapping in the low 58s with a current GP bike and not using the advantages at your disposal? I don't know is the answer to that. Obviously, the last part of the lap especially, it's a drag strip. It's accelerating out of 14 all the way down there. You get a benefit in acceleration, less wheelie. Down the straight, you're more aero, so you get more top speed. And as Peco admitted, you lose a little bit of braking, and he did feel like he lost a little in braking, but felt good with the traction element. So he felt he was getting off the corner better because the bike wasn't dropping down. The load that was going into the tyre was okay for him, and he's going to go through it, or well, did go through it last night, we would imagine, to understand, should I use it or not?
We are waiting for Davide Tardozzi. He's supposed to be coming. They've said 1 minute, 2 minutes ago. Neil.
He's hiding behind this, I think.
He's been frozen.
He knows you're ready to...
he knows what he's going to get, but it is an extraordinary situation that we find ourselves in. Was he using the ride height device this morning in warm-up?
I only saw one image of him coming out the last corner, coming down this start and finish straight, and I'd say yes, it looked like the bike was low. I was so frustrated because I wanted the director to follow him on the corner exits.
Just on that for the whole session?
Just so you could see, but if I was to guess, and you commentated on it, the bit I saw, it looked like he was. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, it did look low on the way down the straight, so yeah, trying it again, it seems.
All right, hold your horses, everybody, because Mr. Davide Tardozzi has entered the chat. Excellent. Hello. We're all very confused. Thank you so much for joining us.
We too.
Yes, okay, Rob. Perhaps you can answer some questions for us. Here is a potted history for anybody at home that may have missed anything. So I'm just going to go back to Misano for Peco, okay? So the Misano race, no points. Then you had the test. You tried the ride height device from 2024. Yep.
Okay.
The ride height device from 24.
We tried something.
But it was the ride height device, wasn't it? Because that's what you've told us is the problem. Okay, then he goes to Japan and he wins really easily, dominates the whole weekend. Then we go to Indonesia, nothing. And then we're told, oh, it could be something to do with the heat-treated tyre. Then we go to Australia, another difficult weekend, no heat-treated tyre. Then we come here, yesterday, blitzed it. And then he says in an interview, well, he said afterwards in the car, oh, I wasn't using the rear ride height device. Davide, what's going on?
Susie, we give you the possibility to talk about us.
We'll fill the gaps in.
I'm joking.
We'll fill the gaps in if you don't tell us what's happening. Please help us out here.
I think that we face two bad races like Indonesia and Australia, where the racetrack makes a difference in Peco, being comfortable with the bike on those racetrack. In Indonesia, the main problem was Friday, Saturday, the lack of grip, and finally was not comfortable on Sunday too. While in Australia, he was really upset about the bumps, because the racetrack was really bumpy. But then he can found again the right feeling, and here there was grip since the beginning, and he found it.
So basically, you're saying the bike's stayed consistent, and it's just coming down to, is Peco feeling it this weekend? Because we are confused. Like, is it the bike? Is it the rider? But then when I ask the question to myself, is it the rider? I think of Peco, obviously three-time world champion. When you watch him in Japan, when you watch him yesterday, when you watch him throughout his MotoGP career, he's so strong, so incredible. So my brain says it's not Peco. It must be changes to the bike. What is it then?
Really, it's obvious that it's first the bike, because we need to let him be comfortable on the bike. If we don't found the right setup for him that is comfortable, he can't perform like he wants. Peco is a very, very sensitive guy. Trust me that we underline many times that he's the guy that in some way developed this bike, because what he told us during those the last at least 4 years is something that nobody else told us, and so we took his advice in a very high regards. Yeah, but in the end, sometimes that could be a limit. Maybe. If we don't find the right way to let him be comfortable, he's afraid to push like he wants. When he's comfortable.